Let me ask you something. You are in your 40s, maybe 41, maybe 47, and somewhere in the back of your mind there is this quiet, nagging voice that says you missed it, that the ship sailed while you were busy raising kids, paying rent, switching jobs, or just trying to survive life. You look at people talking about compound interest starting at 22 years old, and you think, that is not me. That train has left the station. But here is what nobody is telling you. Your 40s are not the end of the wealth-building story. For millions of people, your 40s are actually where the real money moves begin. Because now you have something a 25-year-old does not have. You have income. You have clarity. You have fewer financial mistakes left to make. And you still have 20 to 25 years of investing runway ahead of you. 20 years in the market is not a consolation prize. 20 years is genuinely enough to build a $1 million portfolio from scratch, if you play it smart. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how, with real numbers, real strategies, and no fluff. Stay with me. Now, let us start with the math, because the math here is actually on your side. If you are 40 years old and you invest $1,500 every single month into a diversified portfolio earning an average annual return of 8%, by age 65, you would have accumulated approximately $1.37 million. Let that land. $1,500 a month. That's $50 a day. And in 25 years, you cross the $1 million mark. That 8% return is not magic. It's roughly the long-term average of a simple S&P 500 index fund. The point is this: time in the market, not timing the whole market, is the engine, and you still have enough time. Now, here's what most financial content ignores. Your 40s come with real financial advantages your younger self simply did not have. The first one is peak earning years. Most people earn more in their 40s and early 50s than at any other point in their career. That means more capital available to put to work. The second advantage is something called catch-up contributions, and this one is huge. Once you turn 50, the IRS allows you to contribute extra money into tax-advantaged retirement accounts above the standard limits. For a 401k, the standard limit in 2024 is $23,000, but at age 50 and above, you can add an extra $7,500 per year. That's $30,500 annually going into a single tax-advantaged account. These are legal wealth accelerators built specifically for people who are starting or accelerating late. Use them. If you're finding this valuable, hit the subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Every week, I break down personal finance and investing in plain language. No jargon, no gimmicks. Subscribe and stay in the conversation. Now, where does the money actually go? The first move is to max out your employer 401k. At minimum, up to the employer match. If your employer matches 4% and you're not contributing at least that amount, you're leaving free money on the table. That match is an instant 50 to 100% return on that portion. Nothing in investing beats that. After that, you want to open or maximize a Roth IRA if your income qualifies. Your money grows completely tax-free and you pay zero taxes on withdrawals in retirement. Given that tax rates may rise in the future, locking in tax-free growth now is a very smart move. From there, you invest in low-cost index funds. A simple portfolio of a total U.S. stock market index fund, an international stock index fund, and a bond index fund has consistently outperformed the majority of actively managed funds over 20-year periods after fees. Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab all offer these at expense ratios close to zero. And if you've maxed your tax-advantaged accounts, open a standard brokerage account and keep investing. There are no contribution limits, and long-term capital gains tax rates are still favorable for most investors. Now, I want to talk about something that doesn't get enough attention, and that is behavior. Because strategy is maybe 30% of your outcome. The other 70% is behavior. The investors who build wealth are not necessarily the smartest ones. They're the most consistent ones. So, automate everything. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your investment accounts on payday. Pay yourself first. If the money never sits in your account, you won't spend it. And don't panic sell. The market will drop. It has before, and it will again. Research by financial firm Dalbar consistently shows that the average investor underperforms the market, not because of bad stock picks, but because they sell at the bottom and buy back in at the top. Emotion is the enemy of returns. Also, every time your salary goes up, increase your monthly investment contribution by at least half of that raise. This one habit compounded over a decade is incredibly powerful. And if you're carrying credit card debt at 20% interest, pay it down aggressively first. No investment strategy will outpace that cost. Once it's gone, redirect every one of those payments straight into your investment accounts. I have a simple savings calculator pinned in the comments below. Run your numbers. It takes 2 minutes and it might surprise you. Link is also in the description. So, let's bring it all home. You are in your 40s. That is not a problem. That's a starting point. You have peak earning power, you have catch-up contribution rules working in your favor, you have 20 or more years of compounding ahead of you, and you have the one thing a 25-year-old does not have. You have perspective, discipline, and real motivation to get this right. $1 million portfolio is not a fantasy for people who started late. It's a math equation, and the equation still works in your favor if you start now and stay consistent. The only version of this that fails is the one where you wait another year telling yourself you'll start when things settle down. Things will never be perfectly settled. Start anyway. If this video gave you clarity, like it, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your age and one financial goal you're working toward. I read every comment. The journey to $1 million starts with one decision. Make it today. See you in the next one.